Welcome back to NC Bass, and went to Gander Outdoors yesterday. Decided to have a little challenge. This pond, where I caught the 6-pounder, we had a lot of rain last night, but me and my daughter came here yesterday and caught 4 off the baton right here in this one spot, and they were biting good. I'm hoping they're still biting good, but there's a decent one.
Why do you wheel this one in?
Oh, you want me to catch the big one? Fine. Oh my, there's another one. There's 2. He's trying to take the bait out of his mouth. Oh. That's a nice one.
Oh, yay! That is a big one!
Yeah!
Hi, fish bass!
Woo, they're biting after the rainstorm.
I want to touch it.
Why didn't you reel in the big one?
I want you to clap for you this time.
Clap for me. Look, he's got a little bit of poop coming out. Ew, I'm squeezing it out. Oh, I just decided if they were biting here, maybe it's probably a impossible challenge, but I'm gonna try to catch a fish off every bait I bought at Gander yesterday. These have already been opened up. I just come up with the idea, but there's a Z-Man chatterbait. It's actually a 1/4 ounce, so it's real shallow. I got it 4 ponds, really. This is gonna be the one that's gonna be really a challenge. 6-inch curve. I really got that for the late fall at Lake Norman. This thing will kill up there, but there's not rock in this pond and the bottom's really soft. It might be really tough to catch one of that, and I really don't want to lose it. I've been wanting one of these for a while. Splashback, 6-inch splashback, that thing looks good, and I think it would kill here, but the water got so muddy it might be a little bit of a challenge, but I still think it will kill. And I was looking for a small walking bait. They didn't really have anything good up there that I wanted, but ended up settling for this, and it was pretty cheap, like $8. Yozuri 3D Prism, or Yozuri Pencil. Just a walking bait, real small one. It would have worked here probably before the water got muddy, but I got some wide gap VMC 4/0 hooks. And with the water muddy, this might be a challenge. Little Z-Man, what are they? Finesse shads for drop shot. Robo worms work so good, but I'm getting so tired of losing robo worms every time I catch a fish. These should actually last. The crickets are very loud. And the last one, already got tied on, ready to go. Actually caught a fish on it yesterday. The little Chapo, the whopper flopper kind of. I don't know if I like it so far. The hooks are not as good, but I like the plopper better. But it feels more plasticky, like it's not as quality as the whopper flopper. But we'll see. It looks good in the water. It's probably an impossible feat, but I'm gonna give it a try. We'll see if I might have to do a 2-part on it, but let's see if I can catch, hopefully, even something. Good. As soon as it hit the water, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, just gotta get here early. New day, guys. I didn't get a bite yesterday. Put that in the right spot, though. Not even a bad fish either. A Chapo catches fish. I can get him in. Not a bad one. Fish right there, too. I was saying that it doesn't have as good a hooks as the River to Sea whopper plopper, but they're still pretty sharp. They're just not as stout. And you see that fish got hooked, he barely nipped it. But the plopper really starts up easier than a 90 whopper plopper. It's not a bad bait. It just feels a little more flat, but it still casts like a rocket. It's a good bait. It's just about as good as the whopper plopper, I'd say it. That's one bait down. Nice one. God, I missed that, guys. Chatterbait fish. Didn't have the camera on. That's not a bad one either there. I'm telling you, the average fishing here is not bad. Maybe I just need the water to stabilize after all that rain we had the night before last. I think it had the fish just not eating. Yesterday couldn't get a bite. Had a cheat and come back the next day, and now they're biting. I plan on going to a pond where I know I can actually catch fish. I'm surprised I already got 2 baits down here. That dude hammered that chatterbait right up against the bank. He just sideswiped it. It's 2 baits down. But I really thought the chatterbait would work in this muddy water, low light conditions. Yesterday I got here at 8 o'clock. It was way too late. Today I got here a lot earlier. They're biting. There's one on the drop shot. Fishing it super slow. Oh man, that's a nice one on that little tiny drop shot. I wasn't sure. Look at that jump. Oh my God. He thinks he's a smallmouth. Little tiny drop shot. I'm really liking these Z-Man drop shots, so they float. So in the shallows, my bait's just below the surface. It looks awesome. Gosh. Just barely hooked. That's what I like about this pond, guys. The average fish is 2 pounds. And they're actually chewing today. It's crazy I couldn't get a bite, but I got here way earlier. Yesterday I got here at like 7:45. Today I got here at 6:45. We got a little more cloud cover, even though it's breaking apart, but look at that. On the drop shot. I really want to keep throwing the chatterbait. I really think that'll work, but I'm going to try to get this lure challenge done. A little Z-Man drop shot, and you look at it, it's indestructible. That thing's not going to rip off. That's a nice fish right there. Look how muddy the water is. People say fish can't see that great and stuff. They can find food in pitch black water in the mud. These fish are feeding. These fish can still feed at nighttime. No, I wasn't that confident throwing it. If I had my choice right now, the water's up, I would be throwing a Texas rig black worm, ribbon tail worm in these bushes, especially these isolated ones out here. You know there's fish around that. They're up in the shallows, but he was out a good ways. Good fight on the spinning rod. He's probably 2.3 at least. Fish, yes. Oh no! God, I did not think I had a chance to get one on the crankbait, and I just lost one. God. Well, guys, the bite really died at the other pond. I've been there for 2 hours trying to slow fish and catch one on the Texas rig. Couldn't even get one on the Texas rig. Right when the sun came up, the bite was real good. But now I'm at a pond. This is where I plan on going anyways. I wasn't even expecting to catch anything at that pond, but I got lucky and caught 3. The crankbait might be impossible. There's a lot of grass in here, but there's a lot of little fish in here. I should be able to catch them on everything else. The cicadas are very loud, but it could be a tough struggle with all the grass trying to get through it. I know the little frog. I think after I get the challenge, I might pull out the little frog just for fun fishing, but I got the VMC hook I got to catch one on, the walking bait, and the popper, and then the 6-inch curved crankbait. That's going to be the toughest one, but hopefully we can make it happen. Well, there's one. Look at that. Well, I'm reeling it in. There's the VMC hook. And how did he miss the whole bait? There we go. And he come loose. Oh my gosh. Can't get a break, man. So risky. If I don't throw it under the tree branches over there, I won't get a bite. That fish hit it twice, and I hooked him that time and lost it. Crazy. Well, guys, I'm giving up. I've tried and I've tried. It's a nice shady pond, but the fish are just not in the mood for topwater. It's like 5 casts with a Texas rig. I caught one, and then I could not get a bite on the topwaters. I threw the crankbait and got hung up, so I only made like 3 casts with it. I knew the crankbait would be impossible. I thought for sure I could catch them on the popper. I've caught a ton of fish out of here on the popper, but I missed 3 fish, hooked 1. The hooks feel pretty sharp, but that's 2 fish I lost today on 6-inch baits. That curve at the other pond on the crankbait, and then on the splashback popper, I missed them, And then I had one hooked. I mean, if you miss them, you miss them. But if you hook one, you usually get them in. But I think it's just bad luck. I think these fish just really don't want top waters, so they were just slapping at it. If I had a wacky rig Cinco out here, I probably would have caught 10 fish. I guarantee it. There's a lot of little fish in here, but I can tell it's been getting more fishing pressure. There's nightcrawler cans everywhere and trash and line on the trees, so that probably had a big deal to do with it. I gotta stop telling people about these ponds. They come and fish them out, but it shows in the summertime, guys. You gotta get there early. The first 15 minutes I was catching fish, and then it got real tough, and it's getting real hot. I mean, this is a nice shady pond, but it's like 11 o'clock and it's getting hot. It's getting tough. These fish are shutting down. They don't want top waters, but I could have finessed fish and probably caught a few, but did not complete the challenge. I tried. I might try that at Lake Norman, try the same challenge with the same baits at Lake Norman. I think I have a better chance. Those baits I bought, except for that chatterbait, were for the lake anyways, not for ponds. So maybe I'll try that. Next video will probably be the Tuesday tournament at Lake Norman. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.